Hey guys, this is going to be a legendary guide for High Charity full path. So we're not doing High Charity skip. We're actually doing the full level here. This guide is intended for newer runners who don't really want to do High Charity skip yet. They're intimidated by it. This guide is going to be pretty short, as this is a pretty short level. This level, I would say, is incredibly based off of spawns. So you really need to get good at reading the spawns you have and reacting to them for this level, because certain sections play very differently depending on what spawns you have. And I'll explain a little more about that later. But I've got some tips and tricks for you for this level. It's not very long, it's one of the shorter levels, but there is a lot of tech to it that I want to show you guys. So to start off with, I'm going to pull out your plasma pistol and go to this right walkway right here. And now I'm going to pause here first off the rip. So two flood are going to come running at you in a second, and one of them will be holding an energy sword. Now we hope it's the first one, but if it's not the first one, if it's the second one, that's not a big deal. It'll just make this section a little tougher. So I'm gonna pull an overcharge because the flood in this level 2 can also have shields. So you want to have an overcharge ready to go to deal with them. So I got unlucky, and my second flood has a sword. This is the first one. There's the shield. Okay, there's my sword. Overcharge him, kill him, and I can grab his sword. We'll drop your plasma pistol and do a little sword cancel here to get inside this door. That's your goal here. There's gonna be two runs that run by you. You can ignore them and then slash into this guy. Now you're gonna come to this pillar right here, and I'm gonna do a head glitch. So there's four brutes that come out of this door at the far end of the hallway here. And by head glitching here, I'm gonna get a checkpoint inside, and I'm actually gonna shoot the ground, and that will cause the brutes to come forward away from the door, which allows me to do a sword cancel over their heads. Let me do that real quick. So crouch and head glitch into here. This should give me a checkpoint. Okay, it's not this time, which is fine. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me shoot. You see on my mini map, on my radar, how the brutes are coming forward? We're gonna exploit that in 1 second here. So I'm gonna do a jump and then jump over their heads just like that. Nice and easy. Oop, never mind, died there. That's why we had this checkpoint. Makes things really easy for us. So we try that again. We go to this side instead. There we go. That was pretty smooth. And we're through. That's the first section done. Now let's go up this lift. That's what I mean when I say this level is very spawn related. You have to adapt to what's in front of you. That's a very good example. There'll be a better one later. So in order to come up on the right side of this lift, you want to keep this open area on your right side. It's like this, so it's on my right side, and I'm going to come out right in front. I'm going to start mailing with your carbine at the top. We're going to drop it in 1 second. The beam rifle on the ground right here, we're going to grab, just like that. Stop mailing about here, and we're going to get a checkpoint right inside this door. Okay, so now drones are going to fly in from either side on the left and the right. You want to stay kind of inside this doorway so they can't really shoot you, and we're going to kill every single one of the drones that flies through here. Now, once we get a certain number of these kills, there's going to be extra reinforcement drones that come out of the far right side. You'll see me do that in a second. So kill these drones. Obviously, dodge any shots you have if they shoot at you. Okay, there's all the drones dead. There's the reinforcements. Okay, there's the last one. Okay, nice and easy. So now, once drones are all dead, there's going to be a lone brute standing on this platform here. And instead of taking the lift like we would normally, which is over here, we're going to do a sword fly to this guy. And when we sword fly, I'm actually going to swap back to my beam rifle and kill him in midair. So let me show you that. Okay, swap. Two headshots, dead. Oh, okay, I got to carry through. I didn't want to do that. So I can show you this again now. Kill all the drones. Nice and simple. Drone can be hard to hit in the midair like this. Actually doing an okay job of it right now. If you hit these guys early enough, you can actually collateral them as they come out of the door. Okay, there's all these guys dead. That's engaging the flood, which is okay. Come here. Stop moving, you little bugger. There we go. Okay, force him in air stop. Okay, you want to buy. There's a thing with carbine ammo here. You want to grab that. Grab your beam rifle. Okay, just engage these guys as you need to, and then want to hop on here. Now this is a little erratic because this section is pretty erratic. Gotta kind of play it by ear. If you don't want to do that sword fly, by the way, you can just jump on the lift and walk over normally. I would recommend you to step on this platform as fast as you can to get this section going, because you don't want to be on that platform for too long. Now this next section starts the hallways, which is the most random section of this entire level. So inside this door, there's going to be three or four, I think it's three flood combat forms that charge you. We're going to do a sword cancel over their heads into the next hallway section. So you could sit here and kill them, but there's drones actually coming behind us right now. I think you can probably see them. Yeah, there they are. So you want to get through this door pretty fast so those drones don't come and kill you. So we're going to sword cancel over their heads into the next hallway. Now this next hallway has a bunch of different spawns in it. This is what I mean by the level being spawn dependent. So I'm going to show you a pretty consistent strategy for this section. You want to sword cancel over their heads just like this, and you want to jump up to the left here. So there's actually a carrier form here, so I'm going to ignore this, not go that way and go this way instead. You want to keep moving in this section, that's what's important. So this next hallway section is actually someone following me here, so I'm going to kill them. There's actually going to be Covenant in this section, so you can see that Jackal. You're going to jump up to the left side here, and this will hopefully keep us out of vision. Now, if you run into trouble, I'd recommend that you sort of sit here and chill for a second and wait, because there are combat forms coming into this section that will engage the Covenant. And if you sort of take a second and stay safe, the combat forms will come and engage the Covenant, and they'll actually take the attention off of you. That's like really a nice way to do that section. So this next hallway, do nothing, just run on through. Now prepares us for this next section. Grab more ammo if you want. Okay, so this next section, there's going to be a bunch of Covenant in this area, including some brutes. So we want to get to this section undetected if possible. So we want to try and juke the Covenant's vision. The way I like to do that is to read what's in front of me. Okay, that brute's going to see me. So I'm going to come next to this wall. I'm going to sort of walk along here for as long as I can. Okay, nice. The flood alerted him. That's okay. We can just walk through nice and unscathed. Nice and easy. This next section is going to involve grabbing a rocket launcher from a combat form. Hopefully I can get a checkpoint to show you guys two ways of doing this. Checkpoint, please. Okay, there we go. So the rocket launcher flood is going to spawn right up here past. You can't see him right now. He's on a little bridge. There's two ways of doing this. Spawn will always be here, by the way, and you need these rockets. So there's two ways of doing this. So I'll show you the first one that doesn't require a sword fly first. The first way is pretty simple. You literally just walk up to him and sword slash him. It's pretty low tech. So there we go. I want my sword. Okay, I got hit in the back. That's okay. That'll happen sometimes in this section. Okay, so let me walk up to him. Sword slash. There go the rockets. I need those. Okay, there we go. That's a shotgun. Get him out of my way. So you want to move through this section fast because there's actually drones that come in. If they kill all the flood, they'll switch to targeting you. So that's one way to do this section. I'll show you the other one now. The other one is to pop up here and hit a sword fly real quick, and then grab the rocket. So they kind of fall in a random direction based off of, yeah, there you go. If they fall in a random direction based on how this guy turned to look at you, so that's a fun little part of this mission. Where'd this guy go? There he is. Okay, grab the rockets. You can actually jump up over this thing. I'll get you out of this section pretty fast. You can do either of those two strats if you want. I prefer the swordfly one because it's actually faster. But here we're coming up to the last few sections of the level. This is a very short level. It's very, very fast. So I want to hit this elevator button, and then you want to start mailing. Now, mailing like this will delay a checkpoint all the way up to the top of this section. It'll keep us from having to ride this elevator every single time if we have to revert. This next section is another very spawn-dependent section where we have to make a read based on what's in front of us for how we're going to clear these enemies. So I'm going to stop mailing right about now. There's my checkpoint. Okay, so now I'm going to talk you guys through this. So there's going to be a grunt spawn right here, roughly, and we're going to do a sword fly off of him. And then we're going to fire rockets at a cluster of enemies that are close to the door we need to exit out of. There's going to be 3 brutes, 2 jackals, and a jackal sniper. Now, your combat order here is sort of going to depend on what spawns you get. I generally like to fire at a big cluster on the left first, both of my first 2 rockets, placing them to kill the brutes, the third one enrages, and I try to get the jackal sniper with that if he's in that group. If not, then I try to use my second load of rockets to kill the sniper and then deal with the third brute. Let me show you that real quick. Okay, there's the fly. I mid air stop sort of early, but that's okay. So I want to look for these 2 brutes. I actually did a piss poor job of it there. Yeah, I did a piss poor job of shooting these guys. I have a weird spawn set. It's okay. Okay, let me shoot these guys again. Okay, I'm way too didn't get him an air stop here. Yeah, I have a weird spawn set here. This is weird. I have a bunch of enemies on the right side, which is not normal. You usually will have a big cluster of enemies on this side. Okay, there's all these enemies dead. Now, when there's 2 or less enemies, this door will start to open. Never mind. It's when the brutes are dead. I lied. Okay, now the brutes are dead. You have to go through here. This door takes a while to open, so if things are coming at you, don't hesitate to freaking kill them. Let me do that one more time for you guys. I'm going to target the biggest cluster of enemies you have. Normally it's on this left side here, but it's not for this time for whatever reason. Okay, I died because I didn't target the jackal sniper. That's my bad. You have a weird spawn set here. This is strange. This is not a normal spawn set. Yeah, this is a weird set of spawns. This shouldn't be the norm for you guys. I'm gonna show you a non-sword flash strat though. So if you don't want to sword fly, you can just walk up and sword flash this guy, and you fire rockets at these guys here, like this. There's the jackal sniper. I thought I killed him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And walk up, do a little sword slash, and then fire. Okay, I got sniped again. See, this is a weird spawn set. I don't like this spawn set that I've got here whatsoever because it's got the sniper in a really weird place. Okay, let's kill that guy. You typically want to save one rocket for the next section. I won't be doing that right now because the spawn set is so weird, I think. Okay, I died from the nade. It's a weird spawn. I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get like a good clean attempt at this for you guys on video. So you guys have like a full example of it. I'll use that as a reference point. I'm gonna save this rocket. Okay, a second. There we go. Now it's opening. Let's save one rocket for the next section because you're gonna need it. Now here comes the last section. Sorry about failing a bunch there, guys. I was trying to get a good clean example for you, but those spawns were really weird. Normally they all cluster up on the left side. There's an iron skull if you want to grab it. Normally they all cluster up on the left side. You can get a good attempt off, get good rockets, but their time they were all spread out and it was really, really weird. So I wasn't able to get clean rocket shots off, except for that last time. So now this is the last section of the level, and it has a bunch of RNG in it and more spawn dependent stuff. I'm going to show you guys two different ways to get through this section. One that uses sword flies and one that doesn't. But first off the rip, we're actually going to turn around and we're going to go to the back and get a checkpoint. So it's going to spit us out, and we're going to go backwards, and we're going to get a checkpoint back here. There's my checkpoint. Okay, so the first way is going to involve a sword fly to the end while rocketing the grunt mid-fly, like that. Okay, my rocket missed, so I'm probably dead here. He missed, LOL, get fucked. And you just want to walk into the trigger. That's sort of the fast way of doing this section. Jump through a fly, and then get sniped in midair. So I'm going to try that again, if these brutes will show themselves. Typically, there's a brute right down here in the middle that you can fly off of, just like this. Rocket this guy, and then I get shotgun. So this isn't a very good spawn. Once again, more spawn RNG. So the other strat you can do is you want to walk towards these brutes. You want to find your sniper, fire a rocket at him to kill him, hopefully. You see if that killed him. And you want to walk underneath the brutes and just sort of chill. If you walk under them like this, they really shouldn't notice you because there's other things to be focused on. You do a little cancel over those brutes, and then you're at the end. Nice and easy. This is definitely the more consistent of the two strategies, but it's also slower. So I do this with caution. I hate when this happens and this guy comes towards me. So you might want to use your rocket on that guy if he comes towards you like that. That's like a rare spawn thing that can happen, but it can happen. It's very possible. So once again, fire rocket this guy, kills him. Then you want to walk right underneath all these guys. Ow, ow, ow. These flood are not being targeted. That's fun. Very very fun level Bungie. Okay, do a little sword cancel those guys, and we're at the end. So let me do that one more time. I wish I could show you guys the sword fly strat better, but it's like I have really shitty spawns for it. That's a good example right there. Fire the rocket at the jackal midair, and then it will allow you to get to the end. And hopefully he misses. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he doesn't. It's you just kind of have to play the luck. I would recommend starting off to the non-swordfly strategy because it doesn't really lose that much time. Um, but I hope you guys enjoyed that guide. Sorry for a little hiccup there in the inner sanctum. That was a really weird spawn set. Normally the enemies will be clustered up and you get nice clean rockets off, but they weren't that time for whatever reason. I kind of got unlucky. So once again, High Charity is a very spawn dependent level. You have to kind of play it by ear based on what you see. Now, for beginners, you don't really need to get great times on this level because eventually you're going to learn high charity skip anyways. So I wouldn't put too much emphasis on high charity at first because eventually you're going to learn high charity skip, obviously. But I hope this guide can give you some good like tips and tricks for surviving and getting through certain sections. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. And I'd recommend you practice this level a little bit because, like I said, it is spawn dependent, so you have to really get used to different spawn sets and what you can do. But I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this guide and it gave you some good tips. Thanks, guys.